Hey there, welcome to day 109 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1260 after a win in our last game, and let's go ahead and jump into a new one here and see who we get up against. Okay, we're up against a 12, and I got white here. Alright, get our bishop out. Let's see what response he goes for to the London system here. Okay, interesting. So he cuts off his bishop there right away. Do I play c5 or c4 against this? I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to go ahead and connect this first. He connects this pawn. Okay, he wants to prevent this check, I guess. I don't know. Seems like kind of a waste. I think I'm just going to play c4 here. Because normally when they play weird stuff, c4 is good. Okay, I think let's just bring our knight out. I have this check, which I could go for now. The knight comes out and he defends. Now if he would play this, that would be nice, because then I could probably go here. No, but then I wouldn't have the check, actually. I want this check to work with the fork, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work at all, because the knight can always come out to defend, and I don't see a way of getting rid of that knight. So let's probably just develop my knight, or actually I think I'll play here before developing the knight so that I don't allow him to play knight h5 and attack my bishop. This pin, I don't think I'm too worried about at the moment. Could also go here, attack the bishop, go here. Yeah, but this pawn is still defended, so chasing the bishop away might not give me anything. I think I'm just going to go here for now. Make an escape square. Play the knight there. Oh yeah, I forgot he could just hop right in there at this point. So the knight's under attack twice. I probably will go here. Is there any other threat? I don't think so. Because I was planning to go here anyway, so yeah, I think here. Let me make sure there's no other threat, because when they get a knight on my side of the board, it's always uncomfortable. There I can just take with the king. Yeah, I think there's no knight fork. I don't believe. I think I'll just go here. This is twice guarded. Okay. Take here. This is still guarded, and I definitely will want to kick his knight. I don't want to keep him there on that good square. His bishop is still closed in by his pawn chain. He might bring this knight out. I mean, those are the main two developing moves, like either bishop out to here or just knight out to here. Okay, he castles. Yeah, I think I'm going to kick him, although it does weaken my king. Otherwise, I try to just trade off by maybe going here, trade for the bishop, or go here, and then try to trade for the knight, but I can't even do that without getting the queen over here, or I have to take with my king. So I think I just need to kick him. But then I just have 3 weak pawns all in the same rank here. So it could become a weakness later, but the knight being here is just too strong to allow him to remain. Wait, if I go here and he hops there, actually, then I have to move the rook. That's not very pleasant. I think I need to maybe develop. Maybe I will just develop the bishop here first, and I have the option of trading if I want to. There's no fork here. If he takes there, I can just take with one of these. Yeah, this knight's pretty uncomfortable though, so for my position. So I think I want to put the bishop here, maybe get the knight here, so then it guards this square. So then if I push the pawn, I can still take. Oh wait, no, I can take with the bishop if he goes there. Never mind. I totally forgot that I have this bishop. So I think I'll just kick him right now then. Yeah, the bishop guards this square. So let's kick him. He can't hop back here. He can't go here. He can't go here. He can't go here. And I guess he could go here and like make me take with my king and then check, but I don't think that that would lead to anything. Yeah, I can block with the bishop. So let's probably just kick him, bishop out. Where does he even go? He goes, oh, he checks first? Oh. Yeah, he could just check first. And then if I go here, it's not guarded because the king hasn't come up. Might have misplayed this. If I go here, then what happens though? Because then, yeah, but then he can just take here with the knight. I take, he takes with the queen. Yeah, so that doesn't work. I might just have to move the king up. Knight's still under threat once the king moves up. Yeah, I definitely messed up here. I was looking at the check after he moves the knight, didn't consider that he could check first, and then we definitely have some issues there. So I shouldn't have allowed his knight to ever come here. I wasn't even looking at the fact sometimes I just overlook when they can hop in here. I don't know why. So yeah, I think king comes up. King coming up should be good. If he goes here to fork the king and rook, we just need to trade for the bishop. Queen will come in. Queen's threatening this pawn, but it's guarded by this bishop. But yeah, this, he has two attackers. This, two attackers, one defender. So I think, hopefully I'm not. Oh wait, no, I am missing something because he can just check here. If I go up, he can check here, which I didn't see for a while. Then I need the bishop to be guarded, so I have to come up to here so that the bishop is still guarded by this rook, and this knight's guarded by this rook, and the bishop guards the pawn, this pawn's guarded. But then my king is so exposed, it could be really ugly, but I think I need to do that. It's either that or I go here, he takes. I don't know, it looks bad either way. Shouldn't have allowed myself to get in this position. Here, knight takes, bishop takes here, come up. And he can, no, he can't take that. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna walk the king up first. It might be bad. I'm really bad at making the right moves, defensive moves in these kind of positions. Come here, check, come up. Everything should be guarded. Do I have a way to even kick the queen out though? Oh well, at least the knight will still be under threat. Wait, but then can he just check here? If I come up? Here, check, up. Here, that's not guarded, and that would be mate. So no, I can't do that. So I have to play like this or something. Yeah, I guess I need to play here. Because I think that's mate if I go the other way. Okay, now the king comes up, but the knight's not there to support. I think I needed to go here so that everything's guarded. Dang, yeah, I really messed this position up. I need to see in the game review where I should have been having alarms raised there. I didn't realize the danger of that check. And I also overlooked just the knight coming in there to begin with. Okay, so the knight's guarded. I want the bishop to be able to develop. Can't take that. At least his light square bishop is still closed in, and his knight, so his other minor pieces can't come to attack me. So that's actually really good, but I can't develop my knight right now either. So if I go over, he doesn't have check here, he does have check here, and he could be winning. Wait, no. Here, he has check here. Then I block with the knight. But then he takes the pawn. I don't know, it looks pretty bad. I think I need to bring my queen over and just try to get rid of him with my queen. Let me just take here first. Just to, so I don't lose another pawn. Wait, take, then he opens up for development. Actually, let's not. I'll just give up the pawn maybe, because I need to just get my queen over here. I don't see any other way to develop properly. Can't go here. I could go here and then try to go here maybe. No, but then the knight's hanging. Yeah, this is a disaster, I think. If I go up, this, no, that's not hanging. The pawns are good, they're covered by the knight. Pawns are covered by the knight, so if I do go here and he goes check, the bishop's covered, that pawn's covered, this, I come up, this is covered. I can't decide which way to handle this. I think I'm just gonna bring the queen over and try to challenge him that way. I mean, I don't want to trade off down material, but if I don't get the queen out of here, I'm not going to be able to develop anything. Okay, he takes there. Let's go here and just try to challenge his queen. And we might be able to win this pawn back. Although, I mean, he could support it like that, so maybe not. Take with the king or take with the rook? Let's take with the king so that we immediately attack the pawn. Okay, he guards it. Now we're in. Down 2 pawns, going into an endgame basically. Let's put the bishop here because this looks like a good diagonal now. Bishop here, knight here. But this could end up being an open file, but I can't really push this because then I lose a pawn. He has 2 defenders there. This pawn, he has a couple different weak pawns here. Okay, he just throws that one forward. I think I'm going to probably just go here to open this diagonal up for me, for my bishop, and prevent him from pushing and like opening this file up for his rook that's already placed there. If he goes here, I'll probably open this one up and then try to take it that way. Now I see a nice square for my knight here on e5. Although he can immediately challenge it. But then I could take this pawn actually. Okay, he's got his bishop there. If my knight goes here, the knight's pinned to the bishop because the bishop's not guarded. Okay, let's just go here anyway, because I can always just guard the bishop, I think, with my rook. Okay, he guards there. Here, here. Let's try to open stuff up over here. I don't know if I want to hop in and just like double these pawns up. I guess I could do it, open this up, but then I have this isolated pawn. Could come here right away. Try to target the weak pawns here. This one's guarded. I could double attack it. This one he can guard with the rooks. Do I really want to take another pawn weakness though? I don't think I do. So maybe I'll wait on this. Is this good though? Hopping into here. Here, guard like that. Not sure how to continue that attack. Okay, let's just... push a pawn here. And just try to use this pawn to open things up on the king side there. I think I'll just push it again. If he pushes here, then we can take. Although, I don't know. It kind of locks things up, but... Do I push it again? If he pushes here, take. That's guarded. Would like to open the file up. Here, here. Maybe just rook here first, and then I could consider opening that file with the knight coming in. Because then I'll have some more initiative to bring the rook in immediately. Yeah, he's pushing there. I think if I go here though, he can push. I take, he takes, I take, but then his rook does come in. Whereas if he pushes here, I take, he takes. Rook doesn't quite come in, but then the pawn is weak. Let's go, thinking king up here. Just to connect the rooks, give myself some more flexibility. And then maybe that after. This looks kind of dangerous though, because he has this huge like pawn chain, and I just have these two. And these are eventually going to be able to break through my one pawn, and his rook is supporting it. At least I think they will be able to. Okay, so he pushes right away. Take, pawn's under attack. I can guard it like this. Otherwise, if I go here, he takes, I take. That doesn't work. I could guard it with the king, and if he takes, I come here. If he pushes, I take that way. Then he could push this one. I might have to blockade it. I don't really want to open his rook, though, with this immediate attack. And they're going to force me to play passively, so I think I might just go over with the king, actually. I think I might prefer that. I don't know. I mean, I'm in a pretty bad position either way. If he pushes, then I probably will take. And he could take with this one. I mean, that still looks bad because then he has two passed pawns that are connected. Yeah, actually, I don't know. That does seem pretty bad. But the alternative of opening his rook up seemed more intimidating. Okay, so he does push. I could also just push, lock the position up, and then just prevent this one pawn from going any further with my rooks or whatever, or even with my king. In fact, I think I should maybe do that because this, and I have no pawn and he can just push this one. I think I'm going to lock it up. And it's on a dark square, so it's hard for him to attack with his light square bishop. His knight can't immediately attack it. Okay, let's do that. And if he does push this, it'll be really hard for him to defend it, actually, if he pushes it. I probably will be able to win it with my... Okay, yeah, so now it's locked up. Yeah, if he pushes this, then I think I can win it. Most likely. The question is, do I go king down in here to just blockade it with the king? Because I want to open this file up now. Here, or do I go king over here? Push, block. Then it's 2 more moves to walk the king back to attack it. But in those 2 moves, he could go here, here, he could guard it once. I don't think he can guard it twice, so I think I can go king over. King over, here, here, here. Rook comes in, can attack the bishop, or we can attack the 2 pawns there. Alright, I think I'm just going to try that. It's a super closed off position. I don't get these kind of positions in in-games very often. I do think that pushing was definitely the right idea here, though. Because any opening of those pawns was going to be super dangerous. And this one just doesn't have a good way to proceed at the moment. At least, I don't think it does. Maybe after a couple moves, if he could get some rooks over, but still, the rook could get behind it, but once I blockade it, it's hard to ever make anything happen without some more open files. We're preventing his knight from coming in. Okay, rook is trying to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. If only there was another way to open this file, but I don't think that there is. So here, here, here. Here he comes down. I think I would just attack the pawn, double attack this one. He could guard this one, but then I could take this one. Okay, let's just try that. And we also have this other rook to blockade. Okay, pushes that pawn. So that, yeah, I guess that makes sense actually. Take, take, we trade. I can attack this one. I feel like he's playing well. He's not, I can't find any mistakes. I'm sure there are some, but I mean, this is hanging, so either I trade. I mean, I can't move it either. Either I just defend it. I could defend it. He takes, I take here. Try to double the rooks here. He can't, he could push that once, I could take. Maybe that works actually. No, but doubling the rooks, if he pushes here, I have to use one to blockade anyway. Okay. I think I just need to take. And gonna have to just try coming into here. He pushes, this rook has to blockade. Maybe I can come behind some of these pawns though and attack them. If I can neutralize his passed pawn and then get my king more active, then you never know. Okay, moving this rook here is pointless because as soon as he pushes, I have to use it to blockade. So I have to just play with this one rook because this one is going to be defensive. So I'm thinking here, I could go down to defend it. Or do I go here? He doesn't have a way to defend that one, right? I think I can attack this one. Let's just attack that. Okay, we have to blockade. Oh, and then he can attack those two. But if he attacks one, if he takes one of those, I'll take his pass pawn, which is more valuable. So I think I'm just going to take, if he takes, I take. He can't take that. And I might be able to take this one at the end, maybe? No, because he'll be guarding that one. Or do I guard here? He takes here, I take here. I think I'm just going to take this one. Okay. We can take another pawn. Does he have? He has a check here. He has this move to double attack these pawns, but I'll be guarding it. Maybe we could trade this off. Well, I mean, if I take here, he can also just take here. But then I'm also threatening to take there. I think it makes sense to just go for that. And yeah, if he does go here and I'm here, I can't guard it again. So we might have to trade, but I'm not sure how that will play out exactly. But I don't see another option, so. And if he takes here, then I take here. If he guards this, then I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll walk my king over to attack his rook. And his pawn. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do if he guards. Oh, okay, he attacks that one there. I can push it though, and it's guarded. Or I just take, he takes, but then he's doubled up on this. I think I'd rather push it. And then use my king to come over here. And double attack this pawn. And if he double defends it, then I can take this without having to lose this one. We're back to equal on the material, but this is still super dangerous with how close this pawn is to promoting. But that idea that we had of opening the file and then immediately attacking the pawns did work out. We were able to pick up 2 pawns, I guess, from that. Okay, double attacks that. Well, then I will happily take here. I mean, this is guarded. I could take here, he takes here, I could take here. Or do I take here first? I think I just take here. I'm more scared of this pawn. So I could trade. I also have check. I think I'm just going to take here, though. Win another pawn. Now I definitely want to trade, now that I have a one pawn advantage. Okay, he's attacking that. Let's go. Let's just quickly go. Do I go check? Check here. Down. Can almost take this. Need some trades. I'm just going to try to trade here. This is an isolated pawn anyway. If he checks, I'll come up. Okay, check. We come up. I think that's fine. He doesn't have another check. Okay, he attacks that pawn. Gonna take. Guess I want to check first. Yeah, well, we win a pawn here anyway, so he can take that pawn. I get this. Okay. Then this is pin, something to be aware of. He has this pass pawn. I think I'm just gonna check first. Make more space for my pawn to start pushing. Also, we can almost take that. Wait, can I take this pawn? I think I can win this pawn. Unless he goes back. Okay, let's push first. Okay, now I can win this pawn. Okay. Let's take, and I can come back to guard. Okay, I can promote quicker than him, I think. Let's just, do I need to do any checks or anything like that? Could also go here, here, here. Wait, he can sack his rook for mine, but I need to be able to sack my rook for his, actually. Yeah, I need to be able to sack my rook. Because if he sacks his rook, if he gets behind, sacks his rook, and then is able to push, then I lose. Okay. Let's go. Can't go here. I could go here. He takes. I go here. He could guard it. Yeah, that doesn't really work. I think I need to go up with my king. I don't have much time here. No, but I need to be able to get back there. Let's push this pawn. And then if he comes down... Wait, no, that still doesn't work. I think I have to go here. I have to stop that. Even if he takes. Okay. And then let's go... What do I do? Just go here. To attack it, he has to guard it. And then I can use my king to bring my pawns up. Yeah, I got worried about him trying to sack there. I think that was really dangerous. Alright, let's go up. Here. Cut his king off. Okay, then I can go here. Waiting move. Does that work? Okay. Oh wait, no, the pawn's pinned. That's tricky, actually. I have to come down. Or here. here. With the pawn being pinned, I'm not sure what to do. Wait, what if I sack here? No, I don't think that works. Let's just go down here first. If he checks, I'll block with the pawn here. Here. Oh wait, no, never mind. He can just take. Oh, I just blundered. That was terrible. Yeah. Dang it. I was definitely winning there. And then I just blundered. Because I forgot he just is double attacking it there. I have to go back. Here. To the side. Yes, check. Come here. Okay, I'm going to have to go this way. I could check again. Okay. Instead he does that. Gonna continue with my pawns, or is there anything else I can do? Yeah, let's just continue with pawns here. I messed up bad with that blunder. I just didn't realize that his king was attacking it because I was low on time there. Play here. Okay, trying to go for this. He's taking his time. He pushes here, I go here, he takes, I take. That's going to be a drawn position, I believe. The fact that he pins my pawn is tricky though, because I want to walk my king up, but whenever I walk it up, the pawn's pinned, it can't progress. Could also walk the king back to try to attack his pawn here. He doesn't have this check. Maybe that's the way to go actually, because these support each other. I go back. He attacks this one, I come here, I'm attacking the rook and his pawn. He doesn't have that check. Okay, he comes down. Interesting choice. I think I'm going to go here. If he takes, then I come here. Or I come down right away. I think I'm just going to go up. I don't know, I don't have much time to figure that out. And I probably can check him if he takes, and that might help with something. Okay, so I can't push the pawn yet. If I go here, he's able to take, but I think I can check and see what happens. Check. Could even end up sacking the rook here to promote. So he has to go to one of these two squares. I can't check him again there. But that will give me the ability to push. Then I'm almost able to promote there. The question is, once he goes here, actually once he goes here I probably just could slide back. And then I have time to come up here. I don't know which one's better, if I just push, try to go up right away if he goes back, or probably to be safe, maybe slide back. Comes down. Okay. I think I'm just going to go up and then sack the rook. Oh wait, he can sack his rook. Okay, let me go up here. attack his rook here. I could still guard his pawn. Okay, here. Let's give check first. Does that do anything? Actually, I don't have time to figure it out. I think I just sack it and try to promote. He does have check. Oh wait, no, he's gonna be able to win actually because he has this pawn. Dang it. Wait, no, he messed. Oh no, he can push it 2 squares. Never mind. Oh no, he just blundered. He could have won that, I think, if he pushed the pawn quicker. So we got a draw. What the heck? That was kind of an insane game. I really should have won that in game. Once we got to the in game, I started getting that material advantage, but then I totally blundered that one move where my best pawn, I just gave it away to the rook with check because I didn't think about that for long enough because I was low on time. And then I think he was totally winning after that. I don't know, that got really crazy at the end. And then he just blundered at the very end. I'm pretty sure if he just pushed the pawn 2 squares from the start, I'm pretty sure he was totally fine and he was winning. We'll see though. I wonder what the accuracy is. It might be bad. Okay, 75. It's like, yeah, it's like medium. Kind of a crazy chart again. Like, huge spike, one big dip, and then a huge spike, and then it just slowly comes back my way, and then it spikes back at the end. Oh no, maybe he wasn't winning. Because it looks like at the very end, it looks like it's a draw on the graph. Really, I thought he could have pushed it 2 squares and been safe, but maybe I didn't look. Maybe I wasn't calculating that right. Let's go ahead and go through the moves though. I'll take a look real quick at the overview. It gave us both a 1400 game rating, and I have 1 blunder. No, that's him. He has a blunder. I have a miss. He has 3 misses. I really messed up a lot out of the opening. If I didn't give myself such a handicap from the beginning by misplaying the opening and missing that check and that knight move, then we probably would have had a good chance of winning this one because we almost came back at the end. And there's a lot of mistakes here. I have 7 mistakes. He has 4. He has 10 inaccuracies. I have 5. So yeah, pretty messy game there. Let's go through the moves. But yeah, we lost 1 elo point actually. -1, so we're down to 1259. Yeah, this opening was a disaster for me though. I shouldn't have let him come into there. Oh, it did want me to go ahead and do the check. Wait, what does the check give me though? Because it doesn't guard the knight. He comes in like that. Then I go back to guard the knight this way. I'm not sure what I gained from that. It seems kind of the same, but it seems like it just gave him free development actually. Because I check, he develops the knight, and then I go back. I don't know. I really have no clue why the engine likes that. Because he just gets to develop, he guards that, and I have to go right back. But I could have just gone to the same square from the beginning, and then he wouldn't get to develop his knight. I mean, like, yeah, I guess he gets an extra tempo, right? Because I checked him, and he gets to develop while blocking, and then I have to go back, so. That was a mistake. So I was winning here after he traded the bishop, and then this was my mistake. Neglecting the check here. Completely neglecting it, and that was a disaster. Yeah, he has a 2.7 advantage after I played this. This was probably my biggest mistake of the game aside from blundering that pawn at the very end on low time. Okay, yeah, so that was best. And I realized that I thought about this for a while because I'm really bad at finding the right defensive moves in positions like this, like terrible at it. So I think I was thinking of this, and it took me forever to realize that he can go here, and then it's mate, I think either way. If I go here, that's mate. If I go down, that's also mate. So I just narrowly, I almost played mate in 2 for him. Then luckily I took my time and realized that I kind of have to play g3. Okay, so we lose the pawn. We have to go up. All right, bringing the queen back was best. For some reason, it didn't like the queen coming over. It prefers just pushing this pawn here. I mean, I just felt like I had to get rid of that queen because I couldn't develop anything, so. Okay. What's the eval? 2.5. Minus 2.5. So we're in pretty rough shape here, but we managed to kind of come back a little bit further up so that a couple good moves. It really wants me to hop that knight in earlier than I did. I was waiting. Let me see. Did it want me to hop it in? Yeah, before I even got the rook there, it just wants that knight to go there over and over again. I was waiting for the right moment because I didn't want to open it up and then have him just claim the file right away. So I wanted to have my rook there. The engine clearly just wants to get in there no matter what. So let's see if take. Wait, let me go back before I had the rook there. So here. That's best, I assume, right? Oh, wait. It wants to take this way? Interesting. But then we just stay, everything stays completely locked down. I don't know. It still said taking this way is excellent. I guess the downside is we get the completely isolated pawn, but I just felt like this file was the only chance of creating counterplay. But once he takes it, if I did that, I don't know what I would do. He comes in here, he's attacking that pawn. Yeah, this looks terrible. So what did it want him to do? It wanted him to go for this pawn break. Oh, I skipped to the end by accident. Where were we? Go back. Okay, yeah, it wanted him to go for this pawn break on c5. You just see here. If I take, his knight comes in, so I wouldn't have wanted to take. If I play this or something else, and then he takes, then I take, my knight comes in. We trade the bishops. It just helps him simplify, though, even though my knight gets a pretty good square. His knight comes in. His take. Oh no, he's guarding. Can't take there. Okay. So that's what he should have been playing. That was inaccurate? How was that inaccurate? So does it want me to take? No, that was inaccurate too. It wants me to just do what? Guard it? No, everything I do is inaccurate here. Apparently. I mean, it doesn't even say. What does it want me to play? Oh, it still wants me to bring the knight in here. That's crazy, actually. It wants me to just ignore this pawn, bring the knight in. Now it does want me to take back this way, because I can claim the file, but he can immediately just force this rook trade. And then this is just still hanging. I mean, minus 2.99. That's a miss. I guess if he takes, we're able to stop it. Okay. I mean, that's hard to trust, though, that you're gonna, with something like that you're gonna be able to stop it after all the trades and stuff. So let's go back though. So instead, I did push and I locked this up. Apparently the engine hated that, and now it's minus 3.24. But then he played everything was inaccurate at this point, or mistakes. Okay, it still wanted the knight in there. I finally play it. It loves that. We trade the bishops off because I didn't really have a choice there. And then the rook comes in, we attack the pawn. And here's where it started to turn around. Even though the engine doesn't think that this is even anything special, it wants the rook to just go here, I guess, to double up. But then I'm going to have to slide a rook over to blockade no matter what. So I wasn't even bothering with this rook because its sole function was to blockade this pawn whenever it did decide to push on the b file. So why would I even want to go here? Okay, he goes here. I go here to blockade. push. 2 attackers, 2 defenders. I can bring my king over, but he can't get in front of the rook. Or, yeah, if he's in front of the rook, I can't take it. -4 on the eval. We guard this, he's able to take that. Okay, yeah, this is... We trade that off, but now this is just simplifying in a very losing in-game. So that's what it wanted, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know why it didn't like me to try to, you know, create some kind of counterplay. I think from a human perspective, maybe the engine just doesn't care about this, but from a human perspective, I think just trying to do something, create some counterplay in a totally losing position by attacking these pawns back here made sense to me. I don't think it was a mistake, even though the engine is not giving it that much approval. It's saying good, but not excellent or anything. Okay, once again, good to just attack this pawn. He didn't have a way to defend it. He tried to push. I blockade. That's best. We win a pawn. Okay, that was a miss. It wanted him to go ahead and take and just let the position simplify, even though he gives up his good pass pawn. But I think he was worried about doing that. Okay, and then he threatened that pawn, but luckily I could push it. Now here's where the game turned around. Now it's a draw. It's slightly in my favor, actually. So just by letting me get in and playing a couple slight inaccuracies and losing those 2 pawns, we totally turned it around. I mean, I'm happy with the draw after how poorly I played the opening. I'm happy to come away from that with a draw, even though I think I could have won until I made that one blunder. Okay, so then he takes that pawn, that's inaccurate. I take this pawn, that's a mistake. Everything is just inaccuracy, mistake, inaccuracy, mistake. Okay, wanted the check. If he came down, I didn't go for that because it seemed like it just maybe helped him activate his king to attack this pawn. Because I considered doing that check, but I didn't really have a way to defend this pawn. So his king's going to take this, and then he has his king supporting these this pass pawn, and it's connected with this one. So that's why I didn't give the check, but apparently it was good. I mean, once again, though, it's always tricky with the engine because you don't know why it's good most of the time. Let me see follow-up. It wants him to go back. Wait, so if he does go down, it says best. Okay, never mind. It said go back. I guess they were both best. And we trade. I guess he can't come down with the king because then I'll just take this pawn now because... Okay, maybe that's why the check is good. Because if he does... Okay, I can go here, attack this pawn. He can't guard it. We take with check. This one, he's going to be tied to with his rook. Okay, no, he gives check instead. Attack that one. Oh yeah, I can't defend that one. But I can still take this. Either way, I have a slight advantage here. I didn't give the check though, so let's go back to where the check was. The check was right there. So I didn't give the check. It said I only had one good option there, was giving the check. But I still have a plus 0.58 advantage after taking the pawn. Go for the trade. That's inaccurate too. Still wants that check a lot. Okay, his check was a mistake. Yep, I come up and now we just win this pawn and then he takes our pawn and we end up in a pretty nice position. Now I have a +2 advantage just about. Okay, we give the check. Now by the time I actually give the check, it's not even good anymore. It says good, but it's not the best. Then he comes down, but that was a mistake. It's crazy how like every move we're playing is inaccurate or mistake at this point. And then I push the pawn because we have a nice pass pawn. And then we're able to win this one because it's indefensible once his king moves away. And we start pushing. Okay, 3.6 advantage. This was a great move. Yeah, I realized that if I push and he pushes... Wait, no, that doesn't work. That's a draw. Wait. I push, he pushes. No, because then I promote. So that doesn't work. If I push and then he goes here, that was the concern. Then I don't have a way to defend it, and he's 2 moves from promoting, and I can't go to actually take his pawn. So if I went here, let me see if this worked. Yeah, he's able to just take that. He didn't even have to sack for it actually, because he beats me to preventing my promotion there. And now I have no good way to stop this. So if I go here, he goes here. I can't go here. So that's the reason why I played the rook over here, which the engine says was great. I think it. Wait, wait. No. It says blunder here. What was this? Oh yeah, it was right here. Yeah, it says that was great because I think I was completely. If I played anything else, I think, yeah, it's just a draw, or even almost even losing. But I guess you can still draw it. Okay, great. Again, we had to stop that pawn. He takes. I get behind his pawn. He defends it. Okay, this was a mistake. It said I had a winning position, but now the game is level. So just from going up this way, well, it says I still have an advantage, but it's not nearly as much as I had. So why is this way so much better? I guess just we don't want his king to come down. That's all it is. So his king has to come back up. Oh, then it wants me to just hunt this pawn first. Okay. Here. Oh yeah, this looks nice. Yeah, I was considering at different times trying to just hunt the pawn with the king, but I decided instead to try to, prioritize just walking my other pawns with the king first. But I mean, if I came back here, there's really no stopping it, I guess. So I guess that was the way to go for sure. That was the simplest way to just win without any crazy ideas needed. So this was a miss. So here I have a 4.7 advantage. It's looking really good. And very shortly I blundered my advantage here. It wanted me to just slide the rook away, which is hard to commit to because at that point you're allowing him to push it, and the only way is to either give a check. Oh wait, is that just no? Oh yeah, no, that is we're threatening mate. Okay, that would have been nice to see. I didn't realize that I could threaten mate like that. So if he pushes, then we just have checkmate because the pawn cuts off the last square here. Okay, yeah, was not looking at that. I was only looking at king and pawn moves, not really rook moves, until there was an obvious check, which there wasn't here. Okay. Here he came over, this was best. And then me coming back with the king was a mistake. I still have a slight advantage, but it went from like a +5 almost to a plus 0.99. Again, it wanted me to go here to threaten mate. So not finding this mate threat was, it was almost the only thing that was giving me an advantage was the threat of mate here, because as soon as I didn't play it, it went back to almost drawing. Let's see what happened though. So I went back. Okay, I still have a slight advantage. He comes in. Oh yeah, and then I just blunder this. It says inaccurate, but that was like almost the worst blunder of the game because this is where I just completely took it back to drawing when I was winning. Okay, pushing these pawns was fine. He takes that one. This check was a mistake. And now he's completely winning. Okay, yeah, so he was completely winning at this whole point in time. Okay, check. I sack. I was getting desperate here, so I sack the rook, and I'm thinking maybe I can try to promote real quick. He stops that. And then here, yeah, he's totally winning. He completely blundered this. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was a little confused because I thought the graph looked like he didn't, but it was because the bigger dip was him winning. It was just took up more space on the graph than I expected because there were more moves involved. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't believe he actually didn't find this. All you have to do is just put your pawn, jump across the board, and you completely win. So I had messed up pretty bad there at the end, and he should have been able to win. Yeah, that was crazy that he didn't. He had 2 chances to do it. Yeah, either of these moves, he just had to throw his pawn forward. Oh my god, yeah. I got so lucky there. Okay, so we got a draw. I barely got out of that with a draw. At first, he was winning like crazy, then I was winning like crazy, and then he was winning like crazy, and then he blundered his win, and we ended up drawing. So, pretty interesting game. That one was, I mean, it was pretty fun. All the chaos, and I liked the in-game tactics and stuff that kind of came about at the end there. If I had a little more time, I might not have made that one blunder where I just gave away my winning pawn. But that one threat of mate to come over here with the rook and give up my defense of the pawn was a pretty key idea that maybe I would have found if I had more time. But yeah, I definitely, playing on the low clock, I was definitely just looking for quick king and pawn moves to try to get to the edge of the board. And then the other big thing was just the terrible mistakes in the opening. Yeah, pushing here, and I was thinking, okay, we kick his knight away, but then maybe he'll check after, but you always have to consider the different move order, especially with a check. Like, you can always get checked first, and I did not consider what happens if I get checked first. And then that's just really dangerous because the queen and the knight are looking here. Even though the knight's under threat, it doesn't matter because he has the check. So that would have been really important to avoid. The fact that I got out of this with a draw and almost a win, but I blundered it on the low time is, I guess, pretty nice. So yeah, there we go, 12:59. We lost one single elo point from that draw, and this has been day 109. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on day 110.